So fear is looming over Dogecoin and cryptos as the Fed is expected to hike rates this Wednesday. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what exactly is happening and where we are headed from here. So first of all, we can see here that the crypto market has remained range-bound during the last 24 hours, and we haven't seen any significant price movements. From Bitcoin and Ethereum to Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, it appears that we are going to see cryptos continuing to consolidate in the coming days. In fact, investors are now concerned about the upcoming FOMC meeting, and they are expecting rate hikes from the Fed for the first time since the onset of the pandemic. We are now seeing that analysts and economists are hyper-focused on this key event. So if the Federal Reserve decides to increase the rate by a quarter percentage point from zero, investors wonder how stock markets, crypto prices, and investments like precious metals will react to the news. The increase is anticipated to be a mere quarter-point hike, but investors will also be wondering if the Fed reveals a series of rate hikes for the rest of the year. We can see here that Oxbow Advisors managing partner, Ted Oakley, said that he expects a 25 basis point increase this Wednesday. He said that a lot of concern that we saw in the markets still didn't seem to be settled about what the Fed might do next. How do you plan around this? How do you position your portfolio when you're not really sure how aggressive the Fed will be? Meanwhile, analysts are expecting Fed Chair Jerome Powell to move even more aggressively after Russia's war on Ukraine fanned prices further. Eyeing the first rate increase since 2018, Powell has been given license to be hawkish by President Joe Biden, lawmakers across the political spectrum, and many fellow Fed officials. So what it means is that after a 0.25 basis points increase this month, we may see the Fed getting more aggressive in the following months. So if this actually happens, and if the Fed actually places more rate hikes this year, then both the stocks and crypto prices can tumble from here. In fact, we are now seeing that Bitcoin and other cryptos are already under immense pressure before the upcoming rate hike from the Fed. We can see here that monitoring resource material indicators is expecting typical volatility around the weekly close. They believe that the market is fearful about Putin and the pending Fed funds rate announcement, and both are catalysts for whatever outcomes the charts are pointing to. On the other hand, the situation of the stock market is also not looking too good. Global stocks have lost another $2.5 trillion in market cap this week as investors have been positioning around developments in Ukraine, stagflation fears, a hawkish tilt from the ECB, and ahead of next week's FOMC meeting. And as a result, global equities are now worth $107.5 trillion, equal to 127% of global GDP. So this fall in the value of stocks is yet another bearish indicator for cryptos since they are now correlating with stocks. And we can see here that sentiment is saying that this week will be big for crypto and equities traders, as the Fed is expected to decide on a quarter-point rate hike this week. They are saying that both Bitcoin and Ethereum have been pegged to the SP 500 in 2022, and these decisions should impact cryptos greatly. Now the good thing for cryptos here is that many investors are looking for ways to protect their savings from inflation using cryptos. And seeing this, Paolo Ardoino, Chief Technology Officer at Bitfinex, compared Bitcoin to gold. He said that crypto and Bitcoin, in particular, have unique properties and are a form of digital gold. In particular, it has been shown to perform well when money is being debased by central bank stimulus methods. And he believes that this, of course, is one of the original intentions of Bitcoin to protect people from this very phenomenon. So the point is that inflation is here and it is rising. And even though the Fed tries to counter it by rate hikes, experts believe that all the macroeconomic things are going to rise inflation further. And this is good for cryptos because we have just seen that some investors are investing in cryptos. While this is still not a massive number, I think other investors are going to realize the value of cryptos over the years. So while a lot of uncertainty is expected in the coming weeks, we can still expect Bitcoin, Doge, and others to perform well in the long term. And with that being said, let's come to Dogecoin's current price movements. So like the overall crypto market, we can see here that Doge is also under immense pressure as it has continued to move sideways during the last 24 hours. We can see here that Doge has been unable to move above its crucial moving averages, and this clearly tells us that it has been unable to find any pace for some days. Besides, it has been facing strong rejection from the resistance around 14 cents. However, the good thing for Doge is that its daily RSI value is sitting in the neutral zone, and it is indicating that there is no selling pressure on it. This is because Doge whales have recently started to accumulate more and more coins. We can see here that over a 24-hour time frame, these whales have raised their holdings by over 6%. Thus, it is a significant increase in light of Dogecoin's recent low momentum. And judging by their recent purchases, it appears as though Dogecoin whales are very bullish on it. In general, we are currently witnessing that Dogecoin whales have increased their buying throughout the recent decline. And this transfer on the part of whales may result in a relief rally in the near future. Now there is another very important and very bullish development for Dogecoin. So we are now seeing that crypto exchange Coinbase is testing out a new subscription product that lets users exchange digital assets without trading fees. It will let users trade cryptos such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin with zero trading fees. Users would also have $1 million in account protection and access to 24/7 direct phone support with a Coinbase One beta team member. So this is bullish news for Dogecoin and others because commission-free trading will encourage many new investors to start trading these cryptos. And this can be really bullish over the long term. And with that being said, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So we know that Bitcoin has been experiencing significant volatility during the last couple of months. Its price chart shows that there is an evident supply zone at the 45 to 46K price area, marking it as the range's top. And it is also acting as the main barrier for Bitcoin to reach out for a possible retest of the 50 to 60K channel. On the other hand, a distinguished demand area at the 33 to 35K region marks this area as the lower consolidation boundary. Currently, Bitcoin is sitting around the 39K mark, which turned into the crucial short-term support level. So given the current state of global uncertainty and the existing fear in the market, there is a considerable possibility that Bitcoin will continue to consolidate between these two supply and demand zones with substantial volatility. And according to Will Clement, Bitcoin remains in an ascending consolidation pattern for the last 2 months. And it is showing that the market is still uncertain as to which way it should go and waits for additional signals. We can see here on this chart that Bitcoin is moving in the range-bound formed since the beginning of February when it was trading around 45K, and after the retrace, Bitcoin hit the local bottom of 37K and then went for another run. However, bulls once again could not break through the upper border of the range-bound pattern, and Bitcoin once again plunged down to 38K. So what it means is that the amount of unsuccessful attempts to break the resistance might indicate a lack of buying power coming from investors on the market. Meanwhile, crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan is saying that one important on-chain metric is indicating that Bitcoin's bull trend is likely to continue from here. He is saying that Bitcoin's realized market cap has reached fresh all-time highs in previous Bitcoin bull market cycles. And this hasn't happened yet in the current Bitcoin cycle. Seeing this, Cowan believes that we have spoken about lengthening cycles for a long time, but even if lengthening cycles play out, he imagines it won't likely be obvious until either the end of this year or sometime in 2023. Similarly, crypto analyst Pentoshi is expecting a strong Bitcoin breakout en route to a fresh all-time high. He is saying that he sees a potential scenario where Bitcoin continues to print bullish higher-low setups and ignites a parabolic rally to 72K. Pentoshi believes that one key catalyst for a Bitcoin rally is the intention of Ethereum competitor Terra Luna to buy around $1 billion worth of Bitcoin to add to its reserves. And another catalyst that can send Bitcoin to new all-time highs is El Salvador's plan to buy $500 million worth of Bitcoin through its Bitcoin bonds. So these are some really bullish catalysts for Bitcoin, and I think we may actually see Bitcoin moving to the upside due to them. And with that being said, let's come to Ethereum for a minute. So while the price of ETH is trading on the downside, crypto strategist Justin Bennett believes that Ethereum is now gearing up for a breakout this month. Bennett is saying that Ethereum is facing a diagonal resistance that has kept the market in a downtrend for about 4 months. Bennett believes that ETH is being supported by an uptrend line that extends all the way back to 2020. And throughout 2020, during the last portion of the bear market for Ethereum, this level was resistance. Fast forward to today, you can see where over the past few months, so far in 2022, this level is serving as support. And now as this level has turned into a support zone for Ethereum, Bennett is expecting a breakout this month. And now coming back to Dogecoin, we have just seen that the upcoming FOMC meeting has put immense pressure on the market, and this is why it is staying on the downside. However, as I explained, we can still expect some bullish moves from it in the long term since investors are expected to get on the crypto bandwagon. And that's it for today's video. If you liked our content, please leave a comment in the comment section below.